Hey guys, I'm John Luke McCord. I'm recording stuff. There we go. I think we're live. Hey people, John Luke McCord ain't with us, so hope this goes well.
Right.
Hi, Brad, Dalton. This is the DJ Preps Football Preview Show that comes to you every Wednesday. Talking about high school football, of course. We'll have the games to watch, the game of the week. We'll make predictions and do the Bralton Award and all that fun stuff. We're here in Booneville this week with Coach Mike Mattox. Mike, how you doing?
Good. Thank y'all for coming.
Yes, sir. Lovely field house, by the way.
Hey, thank you.
And of course, we need to thank our sponsor, Pizza Doctor. Stuff you can find them in Tupelo at Gloucester Creek Village, Midtown Point. And they not only sponsor the show, they feed the entire team. So
Yes.
all the Blue Devils get to eat today for free.
Ooh, that's good looking.
It is not a good looking pizza. I'm so hungry. Pardon me a moment, guys. I gotta get fuel for the show. Good stuff. Okay. Let's go, guys. So, Mike, let's start with you. In your game this week, you got Nettleton,
Got Nettleton.
and it's pretty simple. You win, then you get the number 1 seed in Division 1 3A. You lose, you're number 4.
Right.
Cut and dry.
We kind of dug ourselves a hole. We've lost 2 ball games by 2 points this year. And one of them was a division ball game, so we had to go down to Amory last week and win by 7 to put us back in position to win the division. That was I'm very proud of the way our kids played, but still got some unfinished business against a very, very good Nettleton ball club.
Yeah, and you end up winning by 12, of course, against Amory, which was leading the division at the time. So right now it's a 3-way tie with Amory, Booneville, and Kossuth all at 3-1. But Kossuth, the way the tiebreaker works, cannot win. But Amory, if y'all lose, can win.
If we lose, Amory finishes 1, Kossuth 2, Nettleton 3, us 4.
Yeah.
If we win, because of head-to-head, well, that was because of head-to-head stuff too.
Right.
We would finish first, Amory second, Kossuth third, and Nettleton fourth.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about your team a little bit, Mike. It's just, this guy, we have to talk about him all the time, and we do because he's so dynamic, Davian Price. I kind of like to think of him as Dallas Gamble 2.0.
He is. He does things better than Dallas did, but Dallas did some things better than he did.
Yeah.
They're 2 different type ball players. Both were very, very good, and Davian fits that bill also.
Yeah, and just had a big game last week. What was it,
234 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Plus, we put him on their best receiver, and he covered him all night.
Yeah, he can play defense too.
Yes.
And special teams.
And he can return a punt, and he can return a kickoff if.
Yeah, I mean, people know he's getting the ball, and yet he still does things, and it's just got to really enhance what you do offensively.
Right. We just try to, come out with a lot of different formations, move him around, look for matchups.
Yeah.
Then again, if not, we just say, hey, David, go make a play.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're facing the Nettleton defense this week that has been pretty stout. They create a lot of turnover.
They have.
You got Davis Oswald and Marcus Thomas at linebacker, Dedrick Johnson at cornerback. I think he's how many interceptions he's got? Dalton, 7 or 8?
I think 7.
Yeah, 7. So probably one of your bigger tests.
It is. They went up to Kossuth and lost a heartbreaker up there, and it's tough to play up there. I don't care who you are. They lost. I think they led Amory at halftime.
Yeah.
To me, the difference this year, they've always had good athletes, good quarterback. To me, they're better up front than they've been. They're better defensively than they've been.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said last week that you guys kind of proved me wrong, but I said y'all's defense has given up some points, and Amory I thought could have some success against y'all, but y'all kind of played really well against them. What causes the biggest threat, I guess, to y'all's defense this week?
Oh, it's definitely they throw the football. Anytime a team can throw the football, they can beat you. And running also, but it gives you I guess you say if you can throw the football, it just gives you a chance, which they can throw the ball very well. So we'll have to be disciplined. We'll have to know routes. We'll have to know where different players are that they have to have a chance to be successful against them.
Big game. It's going to be in Booneville. This is the regular season finale for both teams, and then the playoffs start the next week. So That brings us to the games to watch for this week. We'll look at 4 games, and then we'll have the 5th game will be the game of the week as voted on by you on Twitter. And first, though, we need to go back and look at last week's predictions that Dalton and I made. Dalton last week went 3-2, and I went 4-1.
Mm-hmm. The one that you tried to let me come back on didn't pay off for me.
No, it did not pay off for you. Well, so that leaves you 2 games behind me on the season, Dalton. You have to get a little ground to make up. Season's getting short.
Pick some upsets.
Something, I don't know. Okay, so the games to watch. Game number 1 is this one, Nettleton at Booneville. As we mentioned, the Devils win. They win the division, so got plenty to play for. And, Nettleton, like you said, Mike, I think they're better this year.
They're a lot better.
And their defense is going to be tough. But I like y'all at home. And I'm going to say the final score will be 27-20. Dalton?
I'm going to go Booneville as well. And I think it's going to be 28. I don't think no assist miss a PAT there.
I'm thinking he makes a couple field goals.
28-12.
28-12, okay. New Albany at Ripley is game number 2. The Bulldogs can get a number 2 seed in a first-round home playoff game with a win. Ripley's had some struggles this year, Dalton. Even though it's at Ripley, and this is normally a really good rival game, but I think New Albany has a clear edge with C.J. Hill and those guys on offense. And so I'm going to say New Albany wins pretty handily. I'm going to say 38-12.
I'm going to go New Albany as well, 35-14.
35-14. Game number 3, Shannon at Pontotoc. Big division game here. Winner gets the number 2 seed out of 2-4A. And Shannon playing better lately, won 4 of the last 5. Pontotoc, of course, has played better lately as well. But Red Raiders, man, they got some big-time playmakers, most notably Centwali White, the running back. And then Pontotoc, they've got some good playmakers as well. They just had some struggles on the line at quarterback. And Shannon's on the road, but I like Shannon winning this one. I'll go with the 31-14.
I'm going to go 30-14. Shannon.
Ooh, look at that.
We're right there next to each
Want to
other.
make any predictions, Mike?
No, I've learned to keep my mouth shut on stuff
Coaches
like that.
never want to make predictions on this show.
No.
Maybe we'll get one eventually.
One eventually, maybe so. Not even on your game?
I can think of one. I can think of 1 or 2 that might give you some predictions.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, game number 4, Tupelo at Horn Lake. Golden Wave going up to meet the reigning 6A state champs in the big division showdown, Dalton. And Horn Lake has been down from last year to 4-5, but they played a tough schedule. They played the division leaders really tough, Oxford and Olive Branch. So to me, being at home, this is by no means an easy game for Tupelo. I think Horn Lake pulls it out. I'm going to say 21-16 Horn Lake.
I'm going to go with Tupelo. I think the defense is playing really well. They forced 8 turnovers the last 2 games. All those points Lewisburg scored on them were garbage time points. I'm going to go Tupelo 21-14.
Okay.
It's going to be close.
There's your first.
Yeah, so you got a chance to pick up a game. Keep forgetting to throw my cards, Dalton.
Oh,
That's my thing, Coach.
so
Just knock over my phone with my luck. And now that brings us to the final game, the game of the week, as voted on by y'all on Twitter. Nanawaya at Smithville. People keep telling me it's pronounced Nanawaya. Sounds weird.
Nanawaya to me. I'm not changing.
I always said Nanawaya.
Nanawaya is 8-2, 6-0 in Division 2-1A. Smithville 7-2, 4-2. And Nanawaya also, by the way, the reigning 1A state champion. So this is a really good football team. 3 keys to the game. Key number 1 for Smithville, need to prevent explosive plays. Nanawaya is very capable of that. As an example, a few weeks ago against TCPS, they had 5 touchdowns of 30-plus yards, including 3 over 50 yards. A really good quarterback, is a dual threat, really good running back, and it's going to be tough to handle. But Smithville's going to have to buckle down, kind of like they did against TCPS's offense last week.
Well, key 1B for me on there would be, is Shy more healthy for Nanawaya? Because the running back, he's had some injury issues, but also doesn't really matter. They've been doing pretty well without him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I believe we played some last. No, I'm thinking of the TCPS game. I don't know if we played last week or not. But anyway, so that's key number 1. Key number 2 for Nanawaya, I think they need to force Smithville to throw the ball. Smithville can run it. Throwing it, Octavian Miller, he's completed about half his passes. He's been picked off 6 times. They really kind of thrive more on the running game. Often. So if Nanawaya can force them into some 3rd and longs, certainly benefits the Warriors. And then key number 3, and Mike, this is always the biggest key to the game. Which team could take down Jason Voorhees? Friday the 13th, if you haven't seen it, kids. Ask your parents about it. I don't know. Smithville, man, there's something about Smithville kids. They're extra tough. I think they could take them.
Both of them probably could, but if more likely, I'd say Nettleton.
I don't know. I like Smithville in there.
Hell, man, these kids today don't know who Michael Myers are or
Jason
Voorhees,
Freddy
Freddie.
Krueger.
No, they don't.
What's the world coming to?
I don't know.
Kids don't know the names of all these fictional psychopaths that kill people. Okay, prediction time, Dalton. You go first.
Nettleton, I think they're too good, too strong.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. 42 to 17, maybe. 42. Yeah, 42-17.
Okay, I'll say Nettleton as well. I'll say 32-14. So there you go. Those are your games to watch and game of the week. And that brings us to the Bralton Award. Every week we do this. We honor the best 1-2 punch from the week before. Brad, Dalton, Bralton. Get it, Mike?
I got it.
Got it?
I got it.
Genius. We didn't come up with it. Somebody else did. This week it goes to Randy Anderson and Mario Wilborn of Lafayette in a 28-7 win over New Hope last week. They played on Saturday. The weather just really messed things up. But Anderson, the quarterback / athlete, he had 17 carries, 272 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Another huge game for him. And Wilborn, who plays linebacker, led the defensive effort with 14 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. That's a whole new linebacking core at Lafayette, by the way. None of them started last year, but they're playing pretty well. And that, my friends, is it for this episode of the DJ Preps Football Preview Show. Remind you that we also do a podcast, Prep Rally, every Wednesday. Find it in iTunes, any of your podcast apps, or online at preprally.djournal.com. Follow us on Twitter at djournalpreps. Be sure to look for our football coverage this weekend in the Daily Journal and at djournal.com. Thank you to Mike Mattox of Booneville.
Thank y'all for the pizza and for
yes, sir.
coming and doing it.
Thank you, Mike, for hosting us, and thank you to Pizza Doctor for the pizza, for sponsoring the show, for feeding all these hungry football players. And that is all we have, and I'm going to come turn off the phone now. Thank you all for tuning in.